Hi, thanks again for joining me here on Your Life, Our World. Tonight's going to be a little bit about goal setting. I figured since last week was about goals and my journey during my hike, this would be a great opportunity for us together to go through a goal setting workshop. Now, what time of year do we usually sit down and write out all our goals and get really excited about what we're going to do throughout the year? New Year's Eve. But how many of us really check in on those goals throughout the year to make sure we're on track? I know some of you out there do, but for those of us who don't and who let our goals kind of blow away as the days pass, this will be an awesome chance for us to get focused and get realigned with what we want to achieve and what our goals are and get really excited about moving towards them. So the big and most important thing is that it's all about you tonight. It's about you having fun and dreaming big and making the unrealistic realistic for you in your life. There's only two reasons that things are made to be impossible. It's our fears and our belief systems. So tonight, I want you to set aside all the fears about failing, the fears about not being enough, and start believing that anything is possible, because it is. We make things possible. We make our dreams become possible, our goals become possible, by being really resourceful and imaginative, and by being truly committed to making those goals a reality. So tonight, keep in mind this quote. What would you do if you know you couldn't fail? It's a big quote. It's a big question. But keep that in mind. It'll keep you in the right mindset to get the most out of this process. Right now, I'm going to give you a second to pause the tape here, grab a couple pieces of paper and something to write with, click play when you're ready, and we'll get started. Now that you've got your pen and paper, we'll get started in just a few minutes. But first, we need to get into the right state. It's so important that our mind and our body and our emotions are all congruent so that we can get the best results out of this goal-setting workshop. So I want you to sit there comfortably and get that feeling into your body when you were a kid, when it was the day before your birthday or the day before Christmas or before you went to Disneyland. Remember that excitement and that anticipation that you had? That feeling that anything was possible and your dreams were about to come true? That's the feeling we need to have tonight when we go through this process, because that's going to direct us in the right direction for what we really want to achieve in our life and how possible it truly is. So once you sit there and get that feeling in your body, I want you to get ready, and I'm going to send you off in a few minutes now after I give you some questions to think about. And if you want to, put some inspiring music that'll help you keep your pen flowing and flood your paper with just ideas of dreams and goals and things you want to see in your life. How do you envision your life? What do you want? What toys and gadgets do you want to buy? What kind of financial state do you want to be in? What kind of relationship will you have? Whose lives will you change? Who will you become? Who will you meet? What honors and awards will you earn? Where will you travel? Think big, dream big. And when you're ready, press pause, go for about 5 minutes and check back in with me and we'll move back. How did that feel, feeling limitless and knowing anything was possible and letting yourself dream and seeing those dreams down on paper? I bet it felt great. Now that you have that long list, I want you to take just 2 minutes now, if you'd like to pause it, go through each goal and give it a timeline. Write down next to it 1 year, 3 to 5 years, 10 years, and so on. Whatever you want it to be, but just do it really quick and go with your first instinct. Then we'll get back. Now that you've got a timeline there next to each of your goals, I want you to select your top 2 1-year goals, 5-year goals, and 10-year goals. If you'd like to continue the process with more goals later on, I encourage you to do so, but for time reasons, we'll stick to the top 2 in each category right now. The biggest thing to remember is that when your whys, your reasons, are big enough and important enough, your hows will fall into place. A lot of times we think of it the opposite. We want to attain this big goal, but worry about how are we going to do that? How can I make that happen? But first, why are you committed to making it happen right now? Why is it important to you? Why are you going to achieve that? Why is it a must? So that kind of goes into what we're going to do the next step. Take those top 2 goals in each category, write them out separately on another piece of paper, and take about 1 to 2 minutes on each and answer those questions. Why is this goal so important? Why is it a must? And why are you committed right now 100% to achieving that goal? So you can pause it here, take about 1 to 2 minutes on each of those goals, and click play when you're ready to get started on the next step of the process. Good luck. Now that you've got all your whys out, how does it feel? Are you excited and passionate about moving towards these goals? That brings us to the next step. Who are you going to have to be to attain these goals? What will you have to embody? What will you have to believe? What will you have to value in order to be the person that will achieve these goals here and now? Will you have to have more commitment and determination? Will you have to believe that you are truly capable of more than you ever believed? What is it that is going to take for you to be able to do these things? Will you need more patience? Will you need to be more outgoing? Whatever it is that works with your goals, take a minute now and write down a vision of what kind of person it's going to take for you to be to achieve the goals that you've set for yourself. Have fun with this. This is a beautiful process, and it's so much fun to be able to write it all down and see it. So have fun. I'll see you. All right. So you excited about who you're going to become throughout this process of attaining your goals and whose lives are going to change? Because you should be. You're going to do amazing things, and it's all about the climb and the journey. We're on our final step now, and it's about taking action. So I want you to look at your top 1-year goals and your top 5-year goals, and write down at least one thing you can do in the next 12 hours to move yourself towards that. Whether it's making a certain phone call or doing some research, whatever it is, what is one thing you can do from now until tomorrow that will move you towards that goal? Take a second now to do that, and I'll check back. Welcome back once again. We are nearing the end of our process tonight. We've brainstormed all of our goals and our dreams and put it down on paper and made it a reality. We've kind of put a timeline on them and chosen the most important ones that we want to focus on, and we've given it a big why, a big must. So now that we've got that and we know what we're going to do to take action in the next 12 hours to make them happen, it's now about being excited for that process, being an amazing person throughout the entire process, so that people around you will see the changes you're making in your life, so that you will inspire people, so that you'll bring your life to the next level. Because as we focus on one goal and we become the person that we need to be to achieve that goal, other areas of our life start to move up as well. It's not about focusing in just one area, because as we become more of a whole person and we start living our life at that other level, everything else kind of falls into place. So good luck, and thank you so much for participating in this with me tonight, and I can't wait to hear about how everything's going for you. Please feel free to email me or comment here on the page if you have any questions, or if you'd like a written outline of the process tonight and you'd like to share it with anybody. I would be more than happy if you would share the video or go through the process with people on your own and just spread the message along. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again here next week. Have a great week.